Hello and welcome back to this Moon Messages reading. So this is going to be from the super full moon in Aquarius on the 1st of August 2023 until the new moon in Leo on the 16th of August 2023. So I've already shuffled cards. For those who don't know me, all of my details are in the description box. I do these moon messages every 2 weeks, so on the full moon and the new moon, and just read the energies that are coming through, any stories, any themes, anything you might need to know for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, as I say, already shuffled the cards. I have some moon cards and then I have a crystal of the moon cycle, and this week we have, or this time should I say, we have 2 crystal cards. So there is a little bit of a funny thing going on towards the end of the moon cards, but I'll get to that in a second. Yeah. Okay, so just going to read through the cards. So the first card we have for this moon cycle is, even though it's a full moon, it's new moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. So normally with a full moon, you have an energy of kind of going more inside, kind of like reflecting, resting, receiving, releasing anything that you need to kind of let go of and things that aren't serving you, to be able to move forward. However, this card brings through an energy of the new moon, okay? And Capricorn is normally about working and yeah, it's more of a worker energy, a busy energy. But what this suggests to me is it's more about being busier internally, because it's the full moon. We start off this reading in the full moon energy. It's got the essence of the full moon, kind of like that going inwards sense, but with the idea of the new moon, so planting seeds. New moon is all about planting seeds for your future, setting goals, planning. It's more doing, it's more giving, it's yeah, more of that energy. Okay, so there's a bit of both in this card. What this suggests to me is it's about going inwards and receiving downloads of things that are going to help you step up and lead and move forward in your future. So you'll be kind of like, so an example would be to kind of just go in and ask yourself, what do I really want to do? Kind of reflecting, okay, and receiving downloads. So you could actually receive ideas, inspiration, whilst you are in the full moon energy, okay? So whilst you're in your receptive, resting periods, you could receive downloads and actions and ideas and inspiration of things to take forward and move forward in your life with. So take notes, okay? Anything that comes up, things might come up in dreams, things might come up in random situations, like when you're kind of in the shower or when you're just, or in the bath, or, you know, just laying in bed, reading, like resting and doing things like watching TV, you know, things could come to you that are actually really helpful and will help you to move forward and take the lead in your life and take the steps you need to get to where you want to be, okay? So pay attention to anything that comes through and jot it down, because it's gonna become helpful to you in the future, okay? The next card we have is Trust the Universe, but it is in reverse. And generally when things are in reverse, as I mentioned before, I'm sure I have, they either mean the opposite, or if they're pointing towards me, they mean going internally again, okay? So it's pointing at me, so it's like, look at you, okay? So what this means is generally the universe, some people would think as, like, if you say trust the universe, oh, I trust the universe, it's kind of like saying something out there I trust in, right? Something around me I trust in, something externally I trust in. However, you are also part of the universe, okay? You are part of that equation. So this is pointing towards me, and it's about trusting yourself. So it's about really learning to trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your instincts, trust your ideas, okay? So anything that comes to you in those resting periods is sometimes the universe talking through you, okay? And to trust that, to trust what you hear, to trust what ideas you come up with, okay? Because you work in a partnership with the universe. You're part of that equation, as I say. So you could see it as external coming through you, the external universe speaking through you, or you can see it as I'm part of the universe. I can come up with the ideas as well. I can trust myself like I can trust the universe, okay? And, you know, if there's ever been a trust issue with yourself, like if there's things you can't trust yourself to do, then it might be a message to work on that, to build that trust in yourself. All right. One of the things that keeps coming to me is I might have done a video on it. I'm not sure. If I have, I might try and pop a link down below. So have a look at the end of this video. Have a look in the description box down below to see if I've put a link down. If I haven't, I probably haven't found the video. But if not, I remember kind of relaying back something that I'd heard quite a while back about how you can learn to trust yourself. And it's about keeping promises to yourself, okay? So when you say, I'm going to commit to myself to drink, I don't know, 8 glasses of water a day, which you're meant to do, I think, and then you don't do it, you're kind of letting yourself down, and then you don't trust yourself. Or if you say, oh, I'm committing to going to bed half an hour earlier every day, and you don't do it, then you're breaking your own trust. Okay, so it's really interesting. You could do it. So you could start off with something easy. Okay, something you know you're going to be able to do, because those two things can be quite difficult sometimes. You might want to, you know, make it a lot more a lot simpler for yourself, and do something you know you can do, just to kind of get used to keeping your own promises to yourself, and then that trust will gradually build. Okay, and then you can try the bigger things and the bigger things. But that was a really good video I came across, and yeah, as I say, I did my own video on it. But if I can find anything, I'll put the link down below and just have a little listen to it, because it's a really good exercise to, or you know, behaviour to kind of introduce into your life. Okay, next card we have is Release Control. Again, it's pointing towards me. Okay, Release Control. Now the full moon, still in the full moon energy here, so we're releasing things, okay? So for this one, I was feeling like it was more, it's about, like if you find yourself controlling certain things in your life, so you're trying to stop something from happening, something bad from happening. That's generally when we're trying to control things, isn't it? When we don't want something to happen, so we try and control the situation. Or, yeah, like I can't think of any other times when we would try to do that, really. So we all do it. Everyone has that in them. It could be a little thing that we're trying to control. You know, we could either, like, just use an example of something that's not, you know, not a bad thing. It's not saying you're a controlling person, but things like, I always wash up, right? Because I know that somebody else isn't going to do it and I might as well do it. But you feel a bit resentful for it, but you're actually controlling that situation and you're not allowing someone else to do it. You're taking control of that. You know, if you actually like let go and was like, you know, okay, maybe sometimes if you let go and say, oh, let's see if they do it, they might not do it, but just kind of assuming things. This is probably a silly example, but you know, we can sometimes assume things and then want to take control of the situation when we don't really need to. Okay, that was a really bad example. But I'm trying to, you know, get to the point, really. We do sometimes take control of things, or yeah. We do sometimes take control of things, and because we think that something is not going to happen, or something bad might happen, or someone might get hurt, or I don't know, whatever it is. Okay, we need to, for this card, it's about releasing that. Okay, letting go of that. and relaxing more and coming back to you, and stop focusing on the external things. Stop focusing on things that we can't control as well. So some people will constantly worry about things they can't control. So you need to let go of that. And then once you've let go of that, come back to you and control what you can within yourself. So this is about controlling yourself, controlling your reactions, controlling your behaviours. Yeah, just taking control as well, taking control of yourself and what you do, like paying attention to what you do and what you don't do and what you should be doing and what you can do, and things that you can do to help yourself feel better. So for instance, if you are controlling, you're losing control with your emotions, right? And you're focusing too much on things that you can't control, so you're getting really emotional and overreactive and responding negatively to things. That's a prime example. Let go of the things you can't control. Focus on the things you can control and control your emotions, and pay attention to, control your reactions, control your responses, pay attention to what you can do to make yourself feel calmer, more relaxed, better about the situation. So that was a better example than the washing up thing. Why did I go? Should have just gone in with that one. Okay, I hope that made sense. The next one we have is breathe through the tension. These are all quite, they're all going together really well. So breathe through the tension. Again, it was in reverse, so it's pointing to me. Again, they're all pointing to me, right? Breathe through the tension. So breathe through anything that's affecting you, that's making you respond in a negative way or a worrisome way, or, if you're anxious about something, or if you're overthinking about something, or if you're confused about something, or it doesn't have to be really bad. It can just be something you're constantly thinking about, worrying about. Might be causing you some tension, okay? Might be creating tension between you and another person or a situation. You need to release that and then breathe through it. So anytime you feel it coming up, things start worrying you, just stop and just take a big deep breath in and release slowly. And do that until you feel your body really relaxing and calming down, and come back to you. And then again, coming back to that responding thing, once you've done that, you'll respond from a better place. You won't respond or react in a instinctive way, in a way that's from a wounded place or a triggered place. Okay, you'll respond from a calm, centered space. So breathing through anything where you feel like you're feeling a bit tense, you're feeling a bit worried, like all of those things. Okay, brilliant. So the next card we have is Know Your Worth, pointing towards me again. Internally, okay. This is, I'm being drawn to the new moon. They're showing me the new moon that I've written down here. This is in Leo. Leo is a fire sign. It's about, they're saying speak your truth. So this is bringing through the words courage, confidence, bravery. Okay, so Leo, all of those energies. So all of these mixed together. New moon is about setting goals, as I say, creating ideas, all of that. So it might actually be coming back to that first card, because it's, new moon. Taurus, it says new moon in Taurus on here. Taurus is about sort of grounding energies, earth energy. So you've got the earth and the fire, and it just feels very grounded, very stable. And knowing your worth, you would feel like that. You would feel more confident. You would feel more stable within yourself, grounded, sure of yourself. And so I feel like you need, because it's directly under that first card, and they're both speaking to me. They both look similar, actually. Put them side by side, look. They both look similar. So because it's underneath that card, I feel like it's connected to that, where I said you had to write down your ideas and think about what you really want to create, and yeah, just come back to yourself and really listen to yourself and what you might need to do to take the steps forward. But what I want to say here is you need to be in this energy first before you take action. Okay, so you need to feel more grounded in yourself, more stable, more confident, more self-assured. So if you put yourself in that situation, if you think, how would I feel in my body? So you can close your eyes for this and you can imagine it. How would I feel in my body if I was more confident, if I was self-assured, if I knew my worth and my value and how amazing I am, and without being big-headed, you know, without the ego coming in. If I was someone who was really confident, really sure of myself, brave, courageous, all of those things, how would I feel in my body? And then really, really feel it. Let yourself feel it in your body. Now, this is something you can practice, and I would suggest practicing it every day, because you will get yourself naturally then into that more often. And then once you're ready, it's almost like the universe will say, that person's ready now. They can then start moving forward with those ideas, and you can look back at the ideas and go, oh, do you think I could do that now? You know, you could ask yourself, do I feel ready for this now? What could I possibly do to then move forward? And you'd probably be in a more, like a better place to be able to move forward, because you'd be in that energy, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, this is the bit that I wanted to talk to you. There's something odd that's gone on as I was shuffling the cards. There's a massive gap, and I wish I could show you, but I'd have to take my phone down and yeah, it's going to kind of ruin it. But there's a big, huge gap between that card and the last card. And the last card is assess the situation. Okay. And we've got, if you look at this, you've got the moon, which is like really big and bright and full, and then you've got like a person on their own. You've got like some travel, like destination here. It's almost like someone's like imagining being in this completely different country, being somewhere else, being somewhere where they think, you know, amazing views. They're in awe, like, you know, they're just looking at it like as if they're in awe of this place. And so this is like dreaming energy. This is like maybe visioning goals, or, you know, desires and things you really want to do or see, or who you want to be, things like that. Okay, so you've got a gap between the know your worth card and this card. So basically on the table, they're like this. There's a huge gap, right? That gap needs to be filled with something. What do you think that is? Now, this is going to be different for everyone watching. Well, some people might have the same gap, same thing to replace that gap. But when I say to you, what needs to fill that gap? What comes to mind for you? Now, this might be a question that you need to ask yourself when you are writing down those ideas, when you are in that contemplation, you know, reflective mode, when you're downloading things. It might be a question that comes, it might be an answer that comes through to you when you feel into that energy of feeling more confident, brave, courageous. You might want to say, what needs to fill the gap between now, how I'm feeling now, and where I want to be? What needs to fill that gap? So ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question when you're feeling in that amazing energy, and listen, right? It's not underneath the Trust Universe card, but it should be, because listen to yourself. Trust what comes through from yourself, okay? Because that is going to be personal to you. It's not a cop-out. I'm not going, oh, I'll pass over to you because I don't know what that means. It's going to be personal to you, okay? But I've just put these, strangely, I've just put these cards in the opposite spaces. So I put the last card as know your worth, so it's always going to come back to your worth. And it might even be, so the answer might be for you something to do with something you need to heal, or something you need to develop or learn to create more confidence in yourself, to create more bravery, courage, to help you know your worth or your value. You might need to do some kind of course. You might need to make new friends. You might need to spend some time with people who you love. It could be things like that. It doesn't have to be something huge, but ask yourself, what needs to fill that gap? Do I need to fill it with love? Do I need to fill it with courses? Do I need to fill it with journaling? Do I need to fill it with music? Do I need to fill it with fun? Do I need to fill it with saving money? Like, I don't know. It could be anything, and it's going to be different for everyone. So when you find that answer, please do comment below. Come back to this video, comment below what yours is. I would love to hear. It's giving me shivers because I would love to hear that. Yeah, so that is your moon. They're your moon cards. I'm just going to go on to the crystal cards that go with these, and there's 2. Now this is really interesting. Today I went into a crystal shop with my sister, and I showed her some crystals for clearing energy, protection stones, things like that. And one of the crystals has come up today, which is selenite. And selenite is actually a wand, or a crystal where you use it to clear and cleanse other crystals. But I also use it to clear energy. Okay, so we've got selenite there. I've actually got I've got a massive selenite here. Let me show you. Hang on. Look, I've got a massive selenite wand here. That's what I use to clear energy before and after readings, or after a day at work, or around energies and things like that made me feel a bit off. But yeah, so we've got selenite, and we've also got Lemurian quartz. Okay, so I'm going to read both of the messages in the book and just see if any of it kind of, goes with the rest of this reading, or if it's just a separate message for whoever needs to hear it. Okay, so essential meaning of selenite: liquid light, fluidity, flexibility, illumination, clarity, raising your vibration. When selenite spirit appears, its message to you is to keep moving past your challenges, your sights always on raising your vibration, to be like liquid light, illuminating, fluid and flexible. For even the earth and her rocks, stones and crystals change and reveal more of themselves over time. Selenite Spirit's message is that whatever the pace of change, you must yield your expectations about how things should be, so that you can discover the beauty in how things are evolving. Like liquid light flowing around an obstacle, you have the capacity to move more freely than you might realise. Know that a new perspective can help you see that. You don't ever have to be stopped in your tracks. Be flexible in your thinking, for there is more wisdom in the universal consciousness than in your own individual mind, and it is always available to you. The way out of the old patterns is to enter the unknown, without maps or well-defined familiar paths. Surrender your fear and know that the universe is here to provide you with clarity and guide you through unexpected twists and turns. Relationship message. Relationships offer us the opportunity to deepen our love and trust. When I talk about trust, and to experience personal transformation, because wanting to make a relationship work can be the key to releasing your beliefs about how the other person ought to act and how very right you are at all times. Selenite Spirit calls you to bring your light and shine it on your truth. Be more flexible, so that even when obstacles seem to be blocking you from love, you recognise your ability to become fluid and move around them. The conscious universe wants you to have the relationship you desire. You are called to raise your vibration and put energy into what you do want instead of what you don't want. Look at the other person for another angle. Try to understand their point of view. This movement can shift everything and help them see you differently too. The magic of love is that it can take many forms, all of which can help us heal the old patterns that kept us stuck and unable to move forward into our purpose. Isn't love marvellous? Prosperity message. We often think of wealth too literally, as having money or owning property or stuff, instead of acknowledging its spiritual nature. The earth has boundless riches, for it reflects the universe's endless love for us. Our task is to bring light and stay connected to our higher power and recognise prosperity in its many forms. Selenite Spirit calls you to be less rigid in your thinking about what it means to be wealthy and prosperous, so that from the realm of air, where ideas originate, you can signal to the universe that you are ready to manifest the material resources you need to do your healing work and find your purpose. What you require might be different from what you think, so be flexible and open to new ideas about how you can prosper and what will serve you best. I'll read a little thing about selenite just so you know sort of practically like what this is about. So meditating with selenite brings purity to our thoughts by clearing contaminants or clutter caused by beliefs, our own or those of others. Selenite clears our energy as well as energy of other crystals and never needs cleansing itself. This is an optimal stone to have in a healing room, as it can assist in keeping the space free of unwanted or detrimental energies. It can also protect against EMF, electromagnetic field, exposure from computers. Okay, so the next card is Lemurian quartz. Okay, so the message of, this essential meaning of Lemurian quartz, funny word, is vision, big picture thinking, unlocking the secrets of infinite possibility. Your ability to imagine something bigger and better and draw in what you need in order to heal, feel a sense of well-being and step into your power as a co-creator is greater than you think. This seems to be going with that energy of take the lead, step up and take the lead. The message of Lemurian quartz is that now is a time to free yourself to dream big. What do you see for yourself? How do you picture yourself in the future? What kind of person have you evolved into as you strive to fully embrace and enjoy life? On this healing journey, you are called to keep your eye on the bigger picture of your experience so that you recognize your struggles as leading you to epiphanies, allies, and inner wisdom born of lived experience. Lemurian quartz spirit reminds you that the capacity to unlock the wisdom of the stars is within you. Just open your connection to the universe and allow your imagination to soar. It's all going really well. Very soon, a powerful vision of what is ahead of you will become clear. Relationship message. Every relationship has its ups and downs and its inherent magic, but Lemurian quartz spirit is now calling you to step back and see the bigger picture of what you are experiencing. Is it what you envisioned? Do you need to see something new so that you feel a sense of contentment, purpose, and fulfillment? Can you awaken to the connection to the universe that lies within you so that you may be shown something even better than you dream about? Your power to imagine what you can co-create is very strong now, and you are being urged to go big and wide with a vision that truly speaks to your soul's desires. Let the conscious universe show you what is possible in your relationships that you have not been aware of before. There is a big picture you have not been seeing. Prosperity message. Enough does not have to be enough. This is a message of Lemurian quartz spirit. Now is a time to dream big. You do not have to humble yourself out of false sense of modesty. The dreaming you do will help you envision something new that will be firmly grounded in personal prosperity. For what you need and more will come to you from sources all around. The conscious universe knows many ways to bring a vision to fruition. So think big, dream big, and envision all that you might be and co-create, knowing that abundance belongs to you at all times. And when you see how your prosperity can support others and flow into the world, claim this vision and know that it will grow exponentially in scope. And then the sort of practical uses, things like that. Lemurian quartz carries a softer, sweeter energy than many other types of quartz. Meditating with this stone assists in connecting us to the upper realms where we can easily access higher knowledge from angels, guides, and higher self. This connection also brings in feelings of love, compassion, and belonging, helping us to understand that we are never alone. I love that. So yeah, really, really good. So interesting. One of the crystals was about clearing, and one of the crystals was about trusting yourself, believing, envisioning your future. So basically connect with this whole reading. So I love that. Okay, so I'm still looking at that gap. We need to fill that gap. What is that gap going to be filled with? Please let me know. All right. Thank you so much for listening to this moon messages. I loved it, and yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.